Hello friends, I am Priyang Agrawal, a professional in growth marketing and strategic partnerships. I have started a new channel, Digi Depth, to showcase the concepts of digital marketing on practical grounds. These concepts can be directly applied to your real scenarios in the organizations. So do like and subscribe my channel. Stay tuned. So today I have picked the topic digital marketing strategy in B2B context. Generally, we have seen digital marketing strategies are more prevalent or are more available on the internet in B2C context. But what about B2B context? So this content is not, it's from my own experience and from my own learning, not from the internet. Just to give you examples of B2B companies, these can be the companies who are, aggregators of restaurants, aggregators of the hoteliers, a company who is giving loans to the SMEs, for example, Lending Card, Indify. Then there can be companies like IndiaMart, Udan, who cater to e-commerce in the B2B context. So generally in B2B, people have sales team. So it's good to have a sales team, but what about the marketing? What about the digital marketing as per se? Whether digital marketing can help you to acquire customers and to grow your business? Let's see how. And if yes, then what are the ways or strategies for doing that? So first of all, let's see how to acquire a customer in B2B context. Then I'll give you a comparison also with B2C context. The channels to acquire a B2B customer or a B2B or a B2C customer remains almost the same. It's all about how you implement those channels in your company, in your organization, and what are the most important or a least important. So I have divided these particular channels into four groups, four major groups. One is like not much required. That is, it is if it is have good, or if it is you are not having it is not affecting your business. Good to have, necessary to have, and must have. So must have means that you should have this particular channel. It is very very important and for your organization, for your business to grow. Now let's see these channels in B2B context. So as you can see that SEO, SEM and social are the channels which are quite necessary to have in the B2B context. And I have given like LinkedIn works best. In B2C, you might be seeing like TikTok or the Instagram, Facebook works best. But in B2B, LinkedIn works best. And the messaging should be quite appropriate. It should not look like an ad. It should be a education driven content. For example, some case studies, some interviews, some testimonials from your customers, like that. What is really important in B2B context is this part. It's very important to acquire a customer. See, one thing that you have to understand is that your B2B customers are quite educated, and they understand the business well, and they want to grow their own business as well. Reaching directly to those customers are okay, but reaching through a mediator, reaching through a influencer makes a lot of difference. Now these influencers can be the organizations, these influencers can be associations, some social groups, these can be the some industry veterans who have good convincing power, or who are quite influential person. These persons, if these instruments if brought in between, they can easily convince your customer, they can easily educate your customer, and can help you to acquire the customers very fast and in a good and efficient manner. I'll explain this particular thing later on with the help of an example also. The next important thing which I would say is the PR. See, display ads and video ads are good to have. You can definitely run those display ads and video ads. They are necessary to have. But what really makes a difference and what works best in B2B case to acquire the customers is the PR. You should do the regular PR so that you create a buzz into the market, and that PR should be very much targeted towards your audience. That can be a combination again of the testimonials, interviews, and those things like case studies. These things can be there. Coming to the referral program. Now, this is very good. This is very, very important in B2B context. So, if you have the customers, you can definitely ask those customers to give you more customers. You should create a good incentivization for the referral program. It's very, very important. Blogs, forums, and social groups are also very important. This is, see, there are a lot of groups, there are a lot of blogs on forums like Quora, where your customer comes and read, and then they take a decision. For example, if they want to go for a loan, for which company they want to go with a loan, they have to read a lot. So you should be present on these forums, these blogs, and there should be some positivity, some positive buzz around internet or around all the available channels. And these blogs are very important to have those. Online webinars and online events are very important because of the COVID-19. You should definitely do these events regularly. Invite your customers, send invitations to the users who are not your customers right now, so that they come, they understand your proposal, and later on they can convert. So these are the few important channels to acquire your customer. If I want to do a nutshell thing, so before going to nutshell, let's also compare it with B2C. So in B2C, you can see that these are very important. SEO, SEM, and social are must have. Without this, you can't think of a company in B2C. Influencer marketing is important and getting quite a popularity. PR, it's good to have. A lot of companies do PR, a lot of companies don't do PR. Then referral program is also necessary to have. Blogs, it's good to have. Online events, I don't think so it's necessary right now in the B2C. So you can see a starking difference between B2B and B2C. Channels are same, but the approach is different. Same channels, different approach. Now, if you want to summarize in one, few sentences how we will do that, let's see. So in B2C case, a brand can reach to the customer directly or through a influencer, that is a driver. There are two ways, and both ways are equal ways. There is no like this is a better way, this is not a better way, like that. But in B2B case, I'm not saying brands can't reach directly. They can reach directly, but the better way is that you should include some of the driver in between. That is the most important one. And through these drivers, your customers can get influenced, can get educated also, and then they can become your customer. It is very important. So these influences are like organizations, associations, even your sales team. A good sales team can be an influencer, a friend or peer in case of referrals. So these are your drivers to acquire the customers. Moving on, so once the customer is acquired or a customer has dropped a lead, how to engage that particular customer in the B2B context, and then I will give a comparison with B2C also. So again, the channels are like emailers, SMS, notifications, CLV or CRM campaigns, cold calling from the call center, sales representative calling, retargeting, WhatsApp, and chatbot. Now, here the things play a different scenario as compared to B2C. So in case of emailers and SMS, you should definitely target your leads or your customer base with emailers and SMS, but the content should be different. Generally in B2C, you will find the content is like more of a discount driven. Here it should be more of a education driven, more of awareness driven, like the trends of the industry, like some of the videos of your product, case studies, interviews, testimonials, like that. I'm not in much in line with that you should have a push notification. I don't think so it will work well, push notification. Even CRM also, initial companies can leave the CLV campaigns, which is the journey through which the CLV campaigns is a journey basically of emailers, SMS, and push notification that we give to the customers, more prevalent to the B2C, but in B2B I don't think so. Now, cold calling and this sales representative is very important. So once a customer has acquired or given a lead to you, or you get something from the customer, your sales team should definitely reach out to him, so that the customer, if he has any doubt, those doubts can be cleared, and if he's like about to convert, he can convert very soon. So this is important. Engagement you can do with the help of WhatsApp or with the help of chatbot. Again, you can share those things which you are sharing on the emailers and SMS on the WhatsApp and the chatbot also. When we compare it with B2C, I've already told you that these things are very important, but in this, rather than educating the customer, you give mainly discounts and offers. Like, first, if you're coming for the first time, we will give you this much discount. If you're coming for second time, we will give you this much discount, like that. Cold calling and sales representative, this is like not much required in B2C context. Retargeting is important in B2C, because once a customer is on your website, he drops off and then he goes to other website, he can see your ads, your relevant ads. And WhatsApp and chatbot communications is also important. A lot of companies are adopting it sooner or later. So if I want to summarize the engagement part, how will I summarize it? Let's see. See, in B2C context, discounts are important, no doubt, very much important to acquire the customer, or rather, lot of companies are relying only on the discount. It's a huge discounting game now, and no or less human touch. Human touch is not that much required in B2C while you are engaging to a customer. In B2B context, you have to educate and build trust. Very important. This trust and education is important to convert the customer. And if the customer is already your customer, then he can make referrals to make other customers. So education and building trust is important. Discounts are good. See, everyone wants discount, whether it's B2B or B2C. Discounts are quite good. Human touch is very important. So once a customer has acquired or dropped a lead to you, you should definitely give him some human touch to make him explain your proposal in a best way. This is important. So once the customer is getting converted, how to re-engage the customer so that he gets again convert, and then how to make this particular customer to convince other customers so that more customers can be acquired. I think this particular thing is very important when you say for conversion and for re-engagement. See, lot of small companies who are your customers wants to grow 360-degree. Now, suppose you are like a restaurant, and you don't have any idea on the IT software. Can a company who is an aggregator of the restaurants can help in some way to get into IT software, some contacts or some recommendations that you can go for this particular software, it is good, and I have this particular content, you take it and do it. Suppose they have a problem in legal affairs, they have a problem in accounting. Can you help something out of it? Can you provide some consultancy, some advisory? If that not directly, then indirectly. Have you done some tie-ups with other consultancy firms, CA firms, logistics firm, supply chain consulting? Can you do that? If you can do that, so the customer thinks that you are not helping him in just one front. You are helping him in all the fronts. That is 360-degree. He understands that the business not only is taken to heights by one department, but by multiple departments. And if you can help in some way or other way in multiple departments, this can be a very good point. This can be a very good way to convert and to re-engage. I've already told you that sales representative are important, very important to engage. And once the customer gets convert, then you can that sales representative or RM, that is a relationship manager, can give him a hands-on support, onboarding support. In case of any issues or queries, they can resolve those. Referral incentivization, I have already talked about. It's very important. Once a customer gets converted, you should definitely give him some referral incentivization or some type of loyalty program, so that he gets stick to you and he also refers to other customers. It's very, very important. In B2C context, the biggest hook is like discounts and offers. Partnerships you can do with banks and all, so that you can give the offers. Loyalty programs are good. Sales support, it's not important, I would say. Even on the conversion, once a person is converted, the call center support is important, so that the queries can be solved. Events is not important, but yeah, events are quite important. I forgot this particular point. Events are quite important for the B2B context, because when you do events, like right now on the online or webinars, your customer understands you well. It's quite important. Moving on, let's take a practical example quickly to understand the whole scenario that we have gone through. Suppose that there is a fintech company X who give the loans to SMEs like restaurants, travel agents, or hoteliers. Then how they can acquire this particular segment of the customers? Now, the size itself tells you the importance of that particular channel. So you can see the first catch is the influencer. So like food delivery companies, Swiggy, Zomato, OTA companies like Make My Trip, Yatra for travel agents and the hoteliers, associations, all the travel agents and hoteliers have the associations, even the restaurants have the associations. You can target those. These associations also do some type of activities. You can participate in those activities to make yourself aware to your customers, to create a buzz. There are a lot of social media groups which you can target. How to target these particular things, I will tell you in detail. If you want anything in detail, I can tell you the context, also the agencies who is doing all these things. You can invite the industry veterans who can be a good influencer for you. Referrals, I've already told you, it's very important for the customers. PR is again very important. Blogs and events, webinars are quite important. So I think take 10 seconds to understand this particular slide and understand like what is most important in B2B context to acquire a particular customer. SEO, SEM, display ads, video ads are important. I have given the due credit, but major role is played by the influencer, referrals, PR, blogs, events, like that. One thing is also important, that on your website, the things should be very much clear. When a customer comes, it should be very much clear. The clear and the lucid design, crystal clarity in the terms of offerings, the flow, no jazzy colors, just like B2C, no jazzy pictures, nothing like that. Proper CTA buttons, chatbot and WhatsApp integration is very, very important. Blogs, articles on the industry trends, what's going on in the industry, or some type of knowledge, some type of gyan is important, so that they come to your website multiple times, they stick to your website, read your website, and then finally gets converted. It's very, very important. How to engage is, again, I have told you that some human touch is important. Some the relationship manager can give them a feel of the flow, the onboarding ease, hand holding, like that. Emailers, SMS, and on WhatsApp about the testimonials, interviews can be given. Conversion re-engagement, I've already told you that the sales team can be in touch to give the, in case of any support, they can help them out. And advisory services are very important. These can be a differentiation factor for you. This can be, I repeat, this can be a differentiation factor for you. A customer has multiple options, but he can come to you because he thinks like you help him in 360-degree. You are helping him in legal, you are helping in logistics, you are sharing some key contacts, you are sharing some key consultancy contacts. This is very, very important. So it will be like a very good mutual trust. You will develop a good mutual trust between the two parties. It's important. So I think I have talked about a lot. Very quickly, I'll just give you the one slide synopsis. To acquire, one thing is important, that you have to develop the trust, confidence, and conviction of your customer. This is different from B2C, where generally the companies are focusing on discounts and offers. Your website should be in the lucid flow, easy to understand offerings, some testimonials on the website so that they understand. Chatbot and WhatsApp integration is quite important. Exploit influencers, this is important, like associations, anchors are like the organizations of like who are the aggregators. For example, Zomato, Swiggy, Make My Trip, Yatra for hoteliers and travel agents, like that. So these are like anchors, industry veterans. PR is important, webinars nowadays very important, referral program is again very important. To convert, human touch is quite important. I'm repeating it. Uh, if you want to become a little bit different or bring some differentiation, please do this. Consultancy and advisory services are important. If you do this, your customer will definitely come and feel value with you. Take regular feedback, obviously it's important. Incentivization with the referrals is important. Make a good referral program, think it and then make it. And then some type of offline event if possible nowadays, and online events. I have missed to write, but online events like webinars and all are very very important. Guys, that's it from my side. I hope you liked my video. Do subscribe and like the video. Also in the comment section, if you want to know in detail about anything, please feel free to ping me. You can email me also. I mentioned my email ID. Also give me the suggestions, like on what topics you want to you want me to make the videos. I have been into digital marketing from the last 10 years. I'm a professional and at a leadership in this particular field. So feel free to contact me in case of anything. If you need any contact of any agency of anything, feel free to contact me. If you have any suggestions, feel free to give to me. But please like, subscribe my video. Okay.